Welcome back, dear friends, to another episode of Insights. I'm Rob.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're diving deep into the spiritual treasures of our Daily Kabbalah Studies. Buckle up as we explore profound insights derived from the writings of the last generation, all while weaving them into the fabric of our everyday lives.
That's right, Rob. These insights are like pinpricks of light in the vast darkness of our modern lives, guiding us, illuminating pathways to spiritual and personal growth. Let's jump right in with our first piece of wisdom from the article.
Sure thing, Matt. So the first insight really strikes at the heart of our societal systems. Democracy rules according to the majority. It's fascinating because it challenges us to think about how we progress, whether through peaceful means or through conflict. Both are deemed necessary for human development.
Absolutely. It's like that famous quote, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice." Sometimes we think democracy should solve everything neatly. But history has shown us that both peace and turmoil drive us forward. It's a reminder not to be complacent.
Right. And it's interesting to consider how this applies on a personal level too. Think about it. Personal growth often happens through experiencing adversity and peace. It's the yin and yang of life. Balance out the serenity with challenges.
Exactly. Speaking of challenges, the next insight is pretty sobering. It depicts the world in its current state as being in a primitive state of total destruction. Now, that sounds really bleak.
It does. But it also serves as a powerful wake-up call. It urges us to acknowledge the trials humanity must face, depending on the development of society. It's like we're at a crossroads. The decisions we make as individuals and communities can shape our destiny.
And that leads me to think of it like this. If we consider societies like family units, every choice impacts the collective future, just like how poor choices in a family affect its members. Our societal roles and choices have vast repercussions.
Absolutely. Now, another intriguing insight from the article discusses whether we must endure the same trials as past generations. It suggests that this generation is different, and the outcomes would vary based on our actions now.
That's profound. It's like the concept of collective karma. We inherit the consequences of past actions, but also have the power to chart a different course. Maybe it's time for us to learn the spiritual lessons that our forefathers missed or embodied differently.
Definitely. That ties well into the next insight, where Bala Sulam compares philosophy with the wisdom of Kabbalah. He acknowledges that while philosophy represents remarkable intellectual efforts, it's still distant from Kabbalistic wisdom.
True. It's almost like comparing a map to the actual journey. Philosophy can lay out various ways of thinking and understanding the world, but Kabbalah invites us to experience and transform through personal spiritual practice.
Right. It's the difference between reading about love and actually falling in love. There's knowledge, and then there's experiential wisdom.
And following this, there's this idea that Kabbalists avoid comparisons to avoid confusion both for themselves and their students. They prefer clarity and directness in the spiritual journey.
That makes sense. It's like when learning a new skill. Too many contrasting methodologies can muddy the waters. In spirituality, staying on a clear path minimizes distraction.
Exactly. And there's another fascinating insight about viewing our generation as on the verge of either another dark age or a transformative era. It places tremendous responsibility on how we act today.
It's daunting, but it also holds immense promise. Think about the personal lesson here. Every decision we make holds the potential for transformation or regression. We have more power than we might realize.
And that's an empowering thought. Then expanding on this, it looks at how personal development mirrors societal progress. Kabbalah teaches that individual spiritual growth contributes to collective enlightenment.
Yes, it's like ripples in a pond. A single stone can create waves that spread far and wide. One person's awakening could inspire a whole generation.
Lastly, it's about embracing both the intellectual rigor and spiritual practice in Kabbalistic wisdom without undervaluing philosophy, even when Kabbalah transcends it. They each have their place in human understanding.
That's right, Matt. It's about integration, blending the best of both worlds. By valuing wisdom from all sources, while focusing on personal spiritual practice, we create a more holistic approach to life.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, Rob. Each insight unlocks a new perspective on our spiritual journey.
It sure does. And as we wrap up, let's leave our friends with this thought. Spiritual growth is an ever-evolving journey. It's about daily insights, continuous learning, and applying these lessons to illuminate our path forward.
Absolutely. Let's keep questioning, reflecting, and striving for wisdom. Remember, friends, the light that we seek is found within.
So true. Thank you for joining us on Insights. Keep exploring, stay curious, and don't forget to tune in next time for more spiritual revelations.
Goodbye for now, and may you find enlightenment in every step you take.
Insights, where spirituality meets practicality. Discover, learn, grow, remember, like, subscribe and share. See you in the next episode.